You guys, so it's me. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. Just moved back home with my parents for right now. It's just a temporary thing. Another thing is quarantine in your house kind of sucks. Not being able to go see people or hang out with people, and then having the possibility of your hometown being shut down. Kind of sucks. Sorry, I'm about to take this off. I haven't had much to do. I've basically been talking to my caregiver or my daddy. I am part of the DBLG community. So I've basically been spending my time cleaning and stuff during this whole coronavirus. I'm not in high school anymore. I'm just gonna try and get my GED once my daddy Dom moves up here. I kind of gave up on high school due to just everything going on in my life at this point, and just bullying in general. It's really hard when you're getting bullied to focus on school. It's not something I liked, and I don't think anybody really likes getting bullied. But for me, I was always bullied because I struggled in school with math, learning in general. So like, I was out for 1 week due to being sent to a mental health hospital. Which I could make another video another time talking about that. But yeah, I missed a week because of that, and then the week before spring break, I missed all of that, and then I had that 1 week of the same week of spring break, and I tried catching up in all my classes, and I got so stressed out. I tried basically in all my classes, I tried doing things, but it got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore, so I gave up basically. I'm not condoning dropping out of high school. I dropped out of high school my senior year. I could be doing online schooling with the rest of my classmates, but I just don't feel like I can do that because I need more of a structured kind of thing where I have someone next to me helping me one-on-one kind of, instead of it all being online. Me forgetting to turn things in just doesn't help. I'm gonna admit I'm trying to quit smoking, so there's that. Basically, I'm living out of my suitcases right now until I get my own place. I'm hoping to get my own place in about a month or so. Sorry, I'm tired. I've been laying in bed all day. I'm gonna attempt to get my own place. I've applied for some jobs already. I don't feel like having my caregiver move up here and living in my parents' house with me if I can't get my own place due to them not being able to open any facilities for me to live in. And I especially don't know, with everything shutting down, whether or not I can basically work at this point because everything's gone to drive-through or online stuff. The only place that's really open anymore is Walmart or Sam's Club, but those are too big of places for me to work. I basically just want to work in either retailing, stocking stuff, or fast food. For me, I know for sure I can't count money, which is another thing that made math especially hard for me, because multiplying, adding, dividing, subtracting, all of that, fractions, I practically don't know. I know how to add and subtract. I know a little bit of multiplication, division, and fractions is out. Yeah, basically stuff sucks in life, and I'm practically learning the hard way. Like, life's not easy. But yeah, I'm most likely gonna think about going running in a little bit. Just depends on everything. Oh, sorry. But right now, I'm mostly gonna probably organize my room. Well, I'm not gonna organize my stuff. I'm just gonna basically put my bags and stuff together, and then I'm gonna put my laundry in my laundry bag so I can do laundry. Well, so my mom can do laundry. She won't let me touch her washer and dryer. So I'm basically gonna do that and then go from there. And if I have time, I'll go running. Basically been cooped up all day in the house. I wanted to go hang out with friends, but being due to self-distancing and like keeping a certain amount of space between you and the person you're talking to or seeing kind of sucks. And I can't see my caregiver because he lives 12 hours away, which kind of sucks. And I'm having to walk everywhere, so yeah, that's fun. But besides that, I just wanted to get back on here and let y'all know that I promise I will try and start making videos again, since I'm going to be living at home for the rest of this month and maybe next month. It just depends on the whole quarantine stuff and whether or not my city gets shut down. And they're like, you can't leave your house for anything besides work or having to go to the grocery store and get stuff, getting medication, stuff like that. But yeah, basically at this point, I'm not going to graduate this year. And I kind of feel bad that my parents had already spent so much money on my cap and gown, and for me to send out invitations that said, hey, I'm a senior, I'm graduating this year, like, I made it, and for me not to graduate kind of is upsetting for me, because I think I could have done it, but I didn't have the mental strength to be like, okay, I can do this, I can get through this. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm gonna cry. I'm just emotional right now. So I basically feel bad that my parents spent a bunch of money on getting me a classroom my junior year that I got last year. And then they spent money on cap and gowns, senior stuff to wear, invitations to graduations. Like, they got me all of that stuff. And when I get my yearbook this year, I basically get to be in the yearbook, but I won't be graduating. So I get to look back at my senior yearbook and be like, that's when I dropped out of high school because I couldn't handle the pressure anymore. I wanted to graduate high school, but I was too stressed and I have too much anxiety that trying to be in a classroom with a bunch of people or even doing online schooling just wasn't helping, because it just made me more anxious and it made me feel like I couldn't go ask for help, even though whenever I did go in to ask for help, I basically tried doing it all on my own. And when I asked for help, it just was like, you know what to do, it's all online, like this and that. So at this point, I am probably gonna just wait to get my GED. I was supposed to graduate in May, but I'm not. And I understand it's gonna make a lot of my friends upset, and it's gonna upset a lot of people that I know in my hometown. I know it's gonna upset my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. I haven't told my grandparents I dropped out of high school. And I'm, honest to God, I'm too scared to tell them. Because my grandfather told me that he basically wants me to graduate high school before I start worrying about being on my own or looking for a job, trying to settle down, get married. I wanted to listen to him, and I did listen to him. I didn't even think about all of that stuff. but I couldn't handle school anymore. And school is not for everyone. Some people are good at certain things and other things they're not. Me, I wasn't good at school, but I'm good at taking pictures, I'm good at coloring, I'm good at music, I'm good at being a YouTuber. For me, the hardest thing is I made a promise to my grandfather, and I feel like not only did I let my parents down, but I let my grandparents down. They wanted me to graduate. They wanted to see me walk across the stage. Because growing up, I went to Head Start schools. I had to do fine motor skill classes. I had IEPs in place for everything. And then when I got into high school, it was a lot harder. And I'm honestly gonna say high school, for the 3 years I went, was the hardest 3 years of my life. And I know it was hard on my parents because I know I basically was not a good kid to them. I let my emotions take control. And I basically told them, like, hey, leave me alone, like, I'm an adult now. And I'm learning the hard way. Like, I just don't want to be an adult. But at the same time, I have so much responsibility now. And I've let so many people down by not graduating. Because I gave up on school. Because I didn't think it was for me. Because I was so far behind. Because I failed more than 3 weeks of school. Three of the 6 weeks. And basically since they went on to online schooling now, since they went on online schooling, I could have gotten online and done the work that my teachers wanted me to do. But at this point, I've had so much anxiety that I'm scared to do anything. All I want to do, basically, since we've been quarantined, is sleep or be on my phone. I've always hated school, not only for the bullying, but for the fact that I've always struggled. I felt like I was always the stupid kid in school because I didn't know what the teacher was talking about, or I couldn't keep up with the notes. And practically soon I'm gonna have to file with my school saying I'm dropping out of high school. I didn't make it to senior year. So if I do get my GED, I'll have to get it when my brother graduates, most likely, or I will get it when my cousin graduates. I was gonna stop being a YouTuber, but I feel like I can help so many kids that are struggling. Whether it's with domestic violence from family members, relationships, or if they're just struggling because of bullying and depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety. I can help because I've been there. I'm just gonna tell you guys this. Don't do what I did. I'm learning the hard way. You guys can listen if you want. If not, you can just sit there. But I'm gonna tell you guys this. Don't drop out of high school. You guys can do it. Yeah, if you have anxiety, you can still do it. If you're on your own and you're 18, you can do it. And if you're just like, I hate school, all I want to do is get drunk, party, smoke weed, do whatever, don't do that. I made a lot of bad choices in high school. And basically, right now, all I wanted to do my senior year was smoke cigarettes all the time. Stay out late all the time. I didn't want to listen. I always wanted to be on my phone playing video games, texting, talking to people, watching YouTube. But I say, if your parents care and they want you to be like listening to them and telling you like, hey, I have these rules in place for your safety and your well-being, listen. I didn't listen to my parents. And I hate to admit it, but they're right. Life is hard on your own. You have bills to pay, you have stuff to do. I have to get a full-time job, and I wasn't going to be able to do high school and a full-time job just to make a living. So now I'm busting my butt trying to find a job so I don't have to live at home with my parents. And I rarely show my emotions. I rarely talk about how I feel. And I think, if anything, if y'all need to talk, I'll give you my email or something, and you can be like, hey, I need to talk. Like, can you just give me advice? And I can either give you my Snapchat or whatnot, and you can talk to me that way, and I can try and help you. But I want everyone to watch this video, understand that life isn't easy on your own. Don't drop out of high school. You need a high school degree to have any type of good job. You need to be out of high school with an education to basically do anything. And for me, I don't have a high school degree. And you know what? Don't listen to the school when they say, oh, you need to go to college, you need to go to college, you need to go to college, this and that. Don't listen, because you don't have to go to college if you don't want to. And that's another reason I dropped out of high school. I now have to call the college that accepted me and tell them I'm no longer coming because I dropped out of high school. So basically this summer, I'm going to be working a lot, but I'm also going to try and get my GED, because I feel like if I can get my GED, then that would help me a little bit. But I'm down at the bottom right now, and I'm trying to work myself up to the top. And I should have listened to the adults in my life that said, you never want to start out at the bottom. It sucks. You're going to fall into depression. You're going to fall into anxiety, so much stuff, and it's just gonna make it a hell of a lot harder to make a living. You're gonna have to bounce from job to job, and at this point, that's probably what I'm gonna do. But I'm telling you guys now, don't drop out of high school. Listen to your parents. I'm practically about to go apologize to my parents and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't listen to you. Because at this point, I'm learning the hard way what life's about. Life is not easy. It's not fun. If I would have stuck with school and not focused on trying to prove that I was an adult, that I didn't want to live at home, then I probably would have graduated high school and this video wouldn't have been made. So at this point, I'm gonna end this video because it's pretty long. But please, if you and your parents are fighting, apologize. I have no relationship with my family, and that's my fault. And I have to live with that. Try rebuilding your bridges sooner, not later. And I'm learning that hard. So please, apologize to your parents. Try and make amends with them. If you don't like something that they're wanting you to do, try to come up with a compromise and talk to them and explain how you feel about this one thing. If you're struggling in school, be like, hey mom, I'm struggling. Like, I'm too scared to ask for help. Can you help me? Because I don't want to go and ask myself because I'm too terrified. Don't self-harm. Don't think suicide is a solution to bullying or being the one kid who struggles in school. Suicide is a permanent thing. Let's just say I have had experience with it. I've lost a friend to suicide. I've lost more than one friend to suicide. I have attempted suicide before. I thought that was going to be an easier way for me to escape from the bullying, the constant being told you'll never amount to anything because you're too much of a special needs kid. And I didn't listen. I listened to them, and I dropped out of high school. I tried killing myself a long time ago. And now I'm finally getting help. I'm gonna talk to my parents. I'm gonna try and sit down and be like, we need to talk. Like, I need help. But please, if you can, stay in high school. And I'm sorry that it went from, like, a tearful, like, semi kind of conversation to, like, me bawling at the end. I'm sorry. I usually don't cry, so. But yes, please just apologize to your parents. Try having a relationship with them. I'm learning the hard way that life is not easy. So please, with anything in your will, listen to them. They only want the best for you. And I didn't listen to my parents when they told me that. So, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I understand that you're struggling in school. I understand that you're struggling with life in general. But ending your life isn't worth it. Trying to do everything on your own isn't worth it. You need people in your life to help you. I needed people in my life to help me. I finally am able to talk to my parents. My parents and I are actually talking, but there's still a wall between me and my parents. I still talk to my grandparents, but I haven't told them that I dropped out of high school. So, please, graduate high school. Graduate from high school. Do anything you want. Military, college, trade school, going straight into the workforce. It's your choice. But don't drop out of high school. Because it's a lot harder to do anything now. And with the coronavirus, getting stuck in your room by yourself, just thinking, not having much to do, can kind of bring up some emotions and thoughts that aren't probably the smartest or the safest at this point. Have a good day.